Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pop Spot, where we pop about all the spots we love in professional wrestling. And this week, we are popping off for the first time officially, because this man has already popped off about them once in a quick fashion, but we are popping off officially about Monster Pro Wrestling here on the Pop Spot for the first time. I am your host, Andre C. Joining me, as always, my boy, AWS. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, dentist stuff this week, but that's fine. Very happy to finally be officially talking about MPW. Certain people have been pestering me to talk about MPW for the longest time because just a little bit of background. Andre C has not been to an MPW show in quite some time. This was his first.
I last attended / covered an MPW event pre-pandemic, because in the history of Backbreaker Video, prior to Backbreaker Video, we were just Backbreaker Media and the Edmonton Sports Podcast Network. We did cover a lot of MPW back in the day, where we used to do our quick call shows, chatting all about it. But we haven't done something like that about MPW since before the pandemic. So It's been a long time since I've been there.
And I had dipped my toe into MPW starting last year. Went my first show. My buddy and lovable goof Andreas convinced me to go to a show. And I will say I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought on the first go, enough that I'm going to shows semi-regularly now. And after months of pestering from certain people, we'll get there. We are now covering MPW officially on the show, which I'm very happy about.
Yes. Yeah, we're finally covering MPW, and we're here to talk about MPW's Tough Luck from the Alberta Ave Community Hall on March 6, 2026. I should bring it up in the graphic mode. We're going to start talking about it.
There it is.
Out of my job, and nobody have ever said I'm good at my job. So, yeah, we're going to talk MPW Tough Luck, featuring Lumberjack Match for the MPW Women's Championship, an MPW Heavyweight Championship match, a Provincial Championship match, a Tag Team Championship match. Pretty much all the belts were on the line.
All the belts were on the line tonight. Very good to see the crowd. It was a packed crowd as well. The one thing I will give MPW, there's a couple of things, but the first thing is I think the crowd is incredibly passionate about their promotion. It's definitely one of the louder crowds I've been a part of. The loudness of this crowd at MPW tonight rivals some top crowds I've been in, which is honestly very cool.
I will agree with you on that, because the venue is smaller at MPW, and this is not a slight at them. It's a smaller venue. Whereas the Midway is a bit more. Not a huge venue, is a bit more wide open. LPW, not the biggest venue floor wise. It's tall, so the volume kind of moves around. And then RCW, we know theirs crowds can get hot, or when they get hot over at the old Legion. So we know what the crowd sound like. I think it's just sizing, and then this place was packed. It was.
They had to put in 20 extra chairs.
Oh no, way more than that.
Way more.
Oh no, I saw chairs. I saw probably a good another 40 to 50 chairs come out. In addition to what was already set up, and a good sizable amount.
Big shout out to the staff for being able to accommodate that. And people were still standing despite the amount of chairs that were put in. So it was a big crowd. Let's get into this show.
We got lucky. Andreas and Emma were there early and got us front row seats. So
shouts out to Andreas and Emma. Thank you again.
Thank you, Andreas and Emma, for both of y'all for getting us the prime seats that we got right in the corner there out the front. It was
right in front of the post, so Emma couldn't see.
I offered to switch with Emma, but she kept saying no. So it's on her. It's completely on her.
Let's get into this show. I will be the one covering the bulk of the show today. I took most of the notes, and
I took a lot of notes. I have a full note page, but I'm going to let Adam lead because he knows these people better.
I know these people a lot more than you. We're going to get into match number 1. It is a tag team contest. We've got the Carnival of Chaos, which is Bonkers and Jerry the Jester, with their third member, Prankster Pete, coming out with them, taking on the team of Pirate Party. It's the team of Hammerhead and Max Mayhem coming out with their captain, Captain Bones. One thing you're going to notice with MPW as we get into it, very cartoony gimmicks, very camp, but it's a very family based promotion. A lot of kids in the audience, so they'll respond to these gimmicks a lot better. So Carnival Chaos Pirate Party match opens up. Hammerhead gets a pretty decent looking armbar on Bonkers to start. Honestly, pretty happy with it. We get a bit more fighting, and then Bonkers gets, I believe it's Max Mayhem in the corner. And Bonkers does the Bray Wyatt-esque Exorcist crab walk towards them, and then flips over and does
that was an interesting spider walk there.
Yeah,
interesting to say the least.
We get a lot of Max Mayhem being beaten down by the clowns here. We get Jerry with the MJF thrust into the face gimmick. Except instead of it being his crotch, it's like his stomach, because his stomach has like a clown face painted on it. So he just shoves his stomach into Max Mayhem's face.
So Jerry like humps Max Mayhem face into Bonkers, hitting him into Bonkers to hit him with an X Factor.
Yeah, which is it was decent. Max Mayhem. I did laugh as well. Max Mayhem does turn it around eventually with a big sidewalk slam, goes for a hot tag to Hammerhead, and the crowd goes nuts. They're all aboard on the Pirate Party here, especially Hammerhead. Hammerhead hits what I called an oceanic slam, which is his version of an Olympic slam.
Oh, I wrote down the hammer toss.
The hammer toss is good. I like that. We get the finish here. There's a ref distraction.
Oh, no. You just even better call it the hammer down.
The hammer down.
What's
yes,
you
can have that.
Down.
You can have that.
Yeah.
We get the finish here. The ref is distracted by Prankster Pete as Bonkers comes in with his mallet, his Harley Quinn-esque mallet. He goes to bonk Hammerhead on his head with a hammer, but Hammerhead gets out of the way. He bonks Jerry in the head with the hammer. Tag to Max Mayhem. We get the big double rock bottom move, which I called in my notes anchors away. Again, Pirate Party, you can have that if you want. And then we get the double rock bottom for the win. Pirates win. Crowd goes nuts. And post-match, as the clowns are getting ready to leave, Jerry just hits Bonkers.
He just shoves him to the mat.
He just shoves him to the mat, takes him down. He's just mad.
Yeah.
But this was a serviceable opener. The crowd was super into it. I'll give him that.
Yeah, I thought the crowd was hot for it. They were into the characters. The kids were loving both Pirate Party, and were into the Carnival, little creepy.
The Carnival, yes.
They're all just creepy, but that's me with any clowns. I'm not bothered by clowns, because clowns at a circus, clowns and that stuff, I don't care. They can be I'm down with the clowns. I see the Juggalo world, down with the Juggalo world. But when the clowns start just being outwardly creepy for just no reason, like Carnival and Freaking Death from Stardom, no, it's just disturbing. They're just disturbing for disturbing's sake. And I don't
disturbed.
It just creeps me out in the weirdest way. But the crowd was into it. I wasn't quite into this match. Hammerhead was giving me angry militia guy vibes. I don't know why. It's just every time he came in, I just he seemed like an angry militia guy more than a pirate. He didn't scream pirate to me. He screamed angry militia guy to me. Again, personal feeling.
Mm-hmm. He did have the Jerry Seinfeld poofy shirt though, in black.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll give it. Hammerhead probably my favorite person in this match.
Good for you.
I thought he did the best job out of everybody in the match. But again, overall, nobody was outwardly terrible. This match wasn't for me personally.
That's fair.
Didn't really The show built up for me though. It got better as it went
Good, yeah. I'm glad it got better. We're gonna move on to match number 2. It's another pirate-related match. We got Captain Bones taking on the first of several members of the Wild Boys that we will be seeing tonight. It is Tyler Adams. The crowd chant "Panty Adams" at Tyler Adams as he comes out.
I like this Wild Boys crew, despite the next match and who we're going to talk about. I kind of like this Wild Boys team. I don't mind it. I like the gimmick. I like the feel of the team
for no other reason, just that you like the Wild Boys and not something that happened during Captain Bones' entrance.
What happened during his entrance?
Oh, he came out. He was slapping hands with the crowd.
Yeah. I put my hand out for Captain Bones to slap my hand, just right over me, and I'm like, Team Tyler Adams. I was on Tyler Adams' side for the rest of this match. Like he did stun me. He snubbed me. So I'm sorry. I have to. You snub me, I cheer against you. I'm sorry, Bones. You snubbed me. It's just what it is.
This match opens up with 3 atomic drops from Captain Bones here.
Atomic drop into a Manhattan drop into another atomic drop, and the third one was spectacular.
Yeah. So Tyler Adams selling his groinal region incredibly well, and then he gets up for the second atomic drop after the Manhattan, and as he goes up, he screams like a banshee. It was so good.
Oh, it was so funny. I laughed so hard at that.
Yeah, there's a lot of groin-based offense in this match. Captain Bones gets a massive wedgie on Tyler Adams at one point.
And literally tear the man was wearing a thong. Tyler was wearing a thong.
Yeah,
and tore the thong out.
Yep. And then he tore the thong out, has the thong in his hand, and he just shoves it in Tyler Adams' mouth.
Ugh, gross.
This goes on for a while. Tyler eventually does get revenge and wedgies Captain Bones, but then also throws his thong down Captain Bones' throat.
Yeah, definitely. He chokes him with the thong first.
Yeah, he chokes
the thong in his mouth.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. We get my favorite thing from Tyler Adams in this match. We get a Jericho-esque cocky pin where he just puts the foot on Captain Bones and starts flexing, and he actually gets a 2 off of it, which is wild.
Yeah, usually Jericho only got a 1 off of it. So
yeah, the story in the back half of this match is that Captain Bones gets thrown to the outside, and then the other members of the Wild Boys, which are Mighty, Casey, and Vale here, they just put the boots to him anytime Captain Bones is outside. We do get the finish here where TA, I forget, I didn't see what move he countered. He was like going for probably like a Death Valley driver and FU or something, but Tyler Adams counters with grabbing him by the nose hold there, gets off of Captain Bones' shoulder. He goes for a pile driver, and the pile driver is countered by Captain Bones, but TA does get the upper hand here because TA does get the big roll up on Captain Bones, gaining leverage by grabbing that man's tights so far back that the whole crowd got a big unwanted look at his pirate booty. That was a 3 and the victory. And unfortunately, as they were getting out, Captain Bones was a bit disoriented because he gets out of the ring and then his pants drop, and we also get a huge helping of pirate booty on the other side of the crowd, which is just unfortunate. No offense, I just don't want to see it. It's a family show.
Yeah, this match was all right. I enjoyed Tyler Adams. I really liked him. Captain Bones did pretty well in here. I just, the whole exposing the butt stuff, I thought we were kind of past that in professional wrestling, but yeah. I kind of was like, oh, come on,
get over it.
It's an old school, like Flair used to do it a lot.
Triple H did it a lot. He got his ass out.
I thought, I'm like, this is stupid. Like, again, you're promoting a family friendly show. I get it, but like, I know it's nothing. It's not offensive in any real way, but I'm just like, really. Oh crap! He showed his bum. Oh no!
Not his bottom. Oh no!
And I'm just like,
At least the kids respond.
I'm trying not to be too mean here because I don't want to be mean on this show as I have been in the past on other shows.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But this just, I was like, I really like Tyler Adams, but I was a really big fan of Tyler Adams. I thought I gotta give it credit to Tyler Adams, like the character work that he did in this match, like playing the chicken shit heel, but also and then when he gets that domination, be like just the cocky a-hole when he's dominating.
Yep.
I thought he was I really liked the character that Tyler Adams was playing. I thought he was really good.
Yeah, Tyler Adams, the character absolutely has potential. Very, very cool. But yeah, no, it was a serviceable match. We move on to match number 3 of the night, and finally things are moving up in the world because we get another member of the Wild Boys, Mighty KC, taking on the one, the only, the Misfit Alex Houston. Alex Houston has been pestering me for months to come out and bring Andre to an MPW show to cover it, and now he finally gets his wish. We're going to cover a match of his on the show.
We are.
There we go.
I was looking forward to this because again, we were chatting with Alex leading up. I've been chatting with him leading up to the show. Got our tickets through him, and then I really liked Mighty KC here. I became a big fan of Mighty KC in this match. Really liked the presentation of his gimmick and everything. I thought he was has a good character behind him. Just that kind of bigger meaty guy, and he just can kind of throwing his power around, and I quite enjoyed the way he presented it. And then Alex is kind of misfit, like rebel. It's gonna sound crazy, but he reminded me of a young Son of Irish. Well, Son of Irish is still very young, but a even younger Son of Irish. I
can see that
in the early days of Son of Irish. This is kind of what it makes me think of. Is thinks of when he was. I can't remember what he was under a mask for a while at MPW, and then he was just himself for a bit. And it kind of reminds, the character presentation kind of reminds me of a young Son of Irish from 2015, 2016, 2017 area.
I can see it.
2018, in that early days of Irish when he was in MPW, and then the early days of him crossing over to RCW and stuff. It kind of had the feeling. And again, I was like, that's a good sign.
Yeah, very good sign. And we'll get to it. We got some great
Tyler doing great corner work before the match, making sure his boy is hydrated.
He's got his big 4-gallon jug of water, and he's making sure that KC gets hydrated. The only
thing I didn't like is the fact that during the entrance, Tyler was drinking from it, and then he had KC drink from it.
I think instead of KC drinking from the straw, he drank from the jug itself to avoid.
But still, when you're drinking from a straw, backwash does go back in.
Yeah, that's the issue there.
So I'm like, dude, you should have had a second bottle for your boy.
Yeah, right?
That's my only criticism on that one.
That's fair. We get some great chain wrestling off the bat. These two do get the chain wrestling off pretty well. Very happy with it. The story of the previous match does continue into this one where Alex is thrown out and TA and Vale put the boots to him several times. There's a point where KC hammer throws Alex into the turnbuckle, and he hits it so hard that he falls onto the ground, and then KC distracts the ref as Vale pulls Alex Houston's groin area into the post.
Yeah. There was a point in here where Casey lifts Alex into the corner, and I swear, and if he didn't say it, I apologize. I swear I heard Tyler Adams yell, "Obliterate this twink."
That is wild, if that is real.
That's what I heard. I could have been wrong, but it's what I heard. Continue.
Wild quotes coming from the Wild Boys here. We do get Casey coming out and giving Alex some brutal sounding chops. They're really loud. They're actually really dang good. Mm-hmm. Tables are turned when Tree of Woe. Alex is put in a Tree of Woe. Casey goes to charge at him, but Alex manages to pull himself up, grab Casey's neck, and then jump off of the corner in a cutter, which is I've never seen that before. That was super cool.
Yeah, I really like that.
We get Alex's big comeback spot. He hits a big super kick, an absolutely beautiful Tanahashi-esque sling blade.
That Sling Blade looked great.
That
Absolutely
Sling Blade
tremendous.
was awesome.
But like, throw this out, like Casey's power really, like, because again, he makes Alex look so small throughout here. He really looked great in how he was powering him around, like hitting him with the big chops and big lariats. I just wish he had a little more speed to him. But he looked good in the power that he was throwing at Alex, and it looked really good because he made Alex look very small in the size that Casey is.
Exactly. The Sling Blade only garners a 2. Alex immediately gets up and hits a massive Shining Wizard onto Casey for another 2. He goes for another one, but Vale does trip him outside off of the ropes. And that causes the ref to finally realize that the Wild Boys are not supposed to be here and they're ruining the match. He throws both Vale and Tyler Adams out. As he's throwing them out, Casey hits a big scoop slam onto Alex Houston. He goes for up top, goes for like a Houston Hangover-esque leg drop.
Well, no, it was a corkscrew dive. He literally was twisting in the air.
Okay. It was a corkscrew. It looked like a Houston dive. Hangover. But he hits
like a corkscrew senton or something.
Goes for like a corkscrew senton, misses by a mile, gives Alex an opening to hit another super kick. Casey goes down, and Alex goes up top now, and he hits a massive swanton bomb for the 3 and the big win for the Misfit. This was a phenomenal contest.
Oh, yeah. I love this match. I had such a good time. Like, Casey did a great job playing kind of the bass for Alex in this one, and just using the power he had. Then Alex with the fire ups and the fire backs that he had in this match were absolutely tremendous. And the crowd, you can tell this crowd loves Alex Houston. Like, they are so behind this kid. He is so over. This crowd was every time he got like offense in, they were exploding for him. And yeah, they were so behind this kid. When he won the place, like, it was probably one of the loudest eruptions of the night. When
they
won.
Popped real hard for Alex. Absolutely.
There was 3 spots where I thought this crowd like really went crazy. And it was this, and I'll talk about the other 2 when we get to them.
Absolutely. My favorite part of this match was at one point, I think it was before he did the swanton, Alex looked to you and me in the crowd, and he yelled, "I better get a good review."
Oh, this was actually probably a good few minutes before this one. It was like kind of mid-match. He just comes over the corner and leans out and say, "I better get a good review." And yeah, you're getting a good review because this match was really good, Alex.
You did good, kid. Your match. You did good. But we're going to move on to match number 4. It is a match for the MPW Tag Team Championships. It is the team of the Savages, Wrath, and Propayne taking on the MPW Tag Team Champions, the Banger Brigade, the team of Buckshot, Bobby Brake, and Blake Cannon.
Boo!
Andre made a very specific choice to boo the heck out of Blake Cannon this entire show.
So they're coming around, and I'm like, yeah, when Bobby came by us, and then Blake comes by, and I just went, boo, and he just kind of turns as he was like celebrating, and he just turns and looks at me, and he's like, what the hell? Like, just goes like, what the hell? Look at me, he's like, how? Like, couldn't believe I was booing him, but I'm like, I can boo you.
He did like the
do whatever I want.
Turnaround. He was just completely incredulous.
Yeah, he was like, what the hell? He did. I was just like, I'm booing you, man. Sorry. You're facing Wrath. You have if I'm cheering for one half of one team, I can only cheer one half of the other team, and I'm going to cheer for Bobby Brake, so I can't cheer for you, so I have to boo you. I'm sorry. Yeah. And now going forward, I'm going to boo Mr. Blake Cannon going forward every time.
That's fair. Yeah. This match opens up a bit of a back and forth between Propayne and Bobby Brake. There's a point where Bobby rolls to the outside. Wrath immediately grabs Bobby Brake, hits a big choke slam on the apron, and immediately feeds him back to Propayne for a 2 count. And that just set the tone immediately. Like, these Savages, ever since they got Wrath back into the fold last month after a big betrayal of one Ronan the Warhound. But yeah, no, Wrath is back, and he has proven that he is down to be with the Savages. We get at one point, Propayne is thrown into a corner, and I think Blake is running at him. And Propayne hits, as I coined it on the Morphomania podcast, he hits the flying Grotch takedown, where he jumps up and basically throws his groinal region at the opponent to take them down. It's kind of like a West Coast pop, if you want to put it like that. This is, of course, being a reference to one time in the Power Rangers where Zach did that to a putty, and I said I wanted to say groin and crotch at the same time, so it came out as grotch, and that is the story.
So at one point around here, we were talking about, and there was like some, I don't know if this is where the burning smell. There was a bit of the popcorn burning smell.
Burning. I think they burned some
popcorn. And then we're making a joke about, we're having a stroke, and then Adam says, it kind of smells like propane, and Emma goes, no, that kind of smells like eggy farts. And I'm like, propane is the eggy farts of professional wrestling.
I forgot you wrote that down. I'm so happy that you brought that up.
That's my feelings for Mr. Propane. He's the eggy farts of professional
I know of at least one person that agrees with you. Wrath does get the tag.
Well, I know one person that disagrees with me, because Andreas would disagree with me, because Propane is his favorite wrestler.
It is. It's true. It is absolutely true. We get Wrath comes in and hits a big boy senton for 2. I believe he hits it on Bobby here. They build up Bobby to get the big tag. Bobby hits a big German to Propane at one point, and that allows him to get the hot tag to Blake Cannon. He runs wild. He caps off his big hot tag with a big spine buster to Propane. To Wrath.
That was to Wrath.
To Wrath. He hits a big spine buster to Wrath for 2. Of course, unfortunately, at this point, everyone does get in, and it just becomes chaos. And
then Wrath just shoves the ref.
He shoves the ref, and the ref literally goes across the ring. That man is a strong boy. He's a big old hoss.
Mm-hmm.
Throwing people around with his big, meaty claws.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the ref gets up, and he's like, nope, I ain't having it. Ring the bell. He officially throws the match out. It is officially ruled as a double DQ. But, of course, the Banger Brigade do still retain the belts. So, I mean, the Savages just leave, and they give the Banger Brigade a chance to pose and gesture to the crowd. It was officially a no contest, though. This match was pretty good. Very happy with Wrath in particular. Good to see that fire back in his eyes, because he seemed like after he lost the heavyweight championship to one Davey Disaster, it seemed like the fire had left his eyes a little bit. So it's good to see he's kind of like back to being his old destructive self.
Yeah, I have a long history with Mr. Wrath, being a fan of him from way back in my early days going to MPW when he was under a different gimmick, and then becoming Wrath. I think he's absolutely tremendous. I'm a big fan of him. I was watching, this was my first time seeing Bobby break, and I thought actually he did a really good job. And as much as I'm not I was like, I'm booing Blake Cannon. Spinebuster looked good. I'll give him that. That Spinebuster from Blake Cannon looked good, but still, boo, Blake Cannon, boo.
Fair.
And Propane, he was there, just hanging out, being the eggy farts of professional wrestling.
Yep,
he was there.
He hangs there like a smell does.
Yeah.
We move on to match number 5, the final match before intermission. It's a match for the MPW Provincial Championship. It is the greatest MPW Provincial Champion in the history of MPW. One young lion, Jake Woods, taking on the still relatively, on the back foot Thunder Bear. He had a bit of a bad showing at Eliminator, but the MPW offices did give Thunder Bear a chance at Jake Woods' provincial championship, which I think is kind of crazy that Thunder Bear, still being as new as he is jumping the queue as it is.
I'll admit, this was my least favorite. This was easily my least favorite match of the night. I thought this was just this was a bad match. Like the first match wasn't good at all. It wasn't good. This was just straight up bad. Everything kind of looked, and I've seen clips of Jake Woods wrestle, so I know he's good. I know he's a good wrestler. This match, they just didn't work. Neither guy could get any. Like it just looked. I just really didn't like this match. I really didn't.
That's fair. Yeah, this match is really, it's just another continuation of the Wild Boys story arc, where, because Jake Woods has all of his members of the Wild Boys out with him. He's basically the leader of the Wild Boys, and they continue to screw with Thunder Bear every time he's thrown out. Thunder Bear does get a pretty decent looking scoop slam at one point, but Jake immediately does get up after that scoop slam and hits a big downward spiral onto Thunder Bear for 2. Thunder Bear gets a bunch of more offense. He hits an actually surprisingly good-looking Uranagi for 2 at one point.
That would be my only highlight for Thunder Bear in this match. He had him from one side and lifted and spun him around his body over top of him to hit that Uranagi. That was kind of my only Thunder Bear highlight on this show. And again, I understand he's very new, but
yeah,
hell, he's very new.
Yeah. He gets that. There's a spear for a really close count of two, almost 3. Thunder Bear hits a Samoan drop, but Jake barely gets his foot on the rope. Then Jake Woods runs to the outside, goes to his Wild Boys. Thunder Bear comes out and tries to attack him, but Jake Woods manages to dodge out of the way, causing Thunder Bear to jump into the post. He goozles himself. He gets stunned. And Jake Woods, he's a very smart man. He takes these long dreads that Thunder Bear has, and he ties them to the post. And he ties it really tight, so the man cannot get in for the count of 10. Jake Woods barely gets in at 9. Thunder Bear cannot make it in for the count of 10. Jake Woods officially wins this match by count out. Yeah, it was definitely the least serviceable match, but I do not blame Jake Woods. He is a phenomenal champion.
Now, I'm going to argue the point you said earlier that he is the greatest provincial champion of all time. Because I have a list.
Oh, God, I did not expect a list.
1, T.Y. Jackson is a former provincial champion.
Damn, okay.
Yeah. 1, Kit Cyrus, a.k.a. Dalton Rogue, is a former provincial champion.
Okay.
1, Nasty Nate Nixon is a former provincial champion. 1, Chris Parrish, Sydney Steele.
Yep.
Time to Fist, Dean Richter.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will read. Do you have any others?
Jack Hammer.
Jack Hammer.
Wrath, a.k.a. Wrath. Cannonball Kelly at one point. Like, lots of great people that have held this championship before. But I don't know if Jake Woods is at the top of the list. Maybe the top
I will
of the list
apologize.
Years, but
I will apologize to former MPW provincial champions of past. I will rephrase and say he's the greatest current MPW provincial champion.
I'm looking at the list of the last
few
since T.Y. Jackson. Yeah, he's the greatest of that list since 2021. I'll give it.
Yeah,
to
okay, greatest since 2021.
Dropped it in 2021. I'll give it to Jake Woods. We
get a post-match promo here from Jake Woods saying that no one is ready for him. He gets the pink.
Sorry. Before we get into, can I just make a couple of mentions about the match itself? There was a couple spots I did like from Jake in the match. Looked good. Where was it? There was that downward spiral flatliner thing that he does.
Yep, I brought that up.
And he hooked it, but the way they hooked the leg with it and and hooked the leg out, I really liked that little piece to it there. I thought looked really good. I really did like that. But yeah, again, I thought, I just don't think these two gelled at all in this ring, and it showed to me.
Mm-hmm.
Is that really outside of that Uranagi and maybe the spear? Like I was very, very, very underwhelmed by Thunder Bear, and like that first match was not good. This was just to me bad. But again, it's my first time here. I haven't seen a lot of these guys.
Yeah.
So, and I understand from people telling me that Thunder Bear is very new, but you could tell he was very new.
Yeah, he's still trying to figure himself out. He's had a few gimmick changes in the last few months, so he's still trying to figure himself out. But post-match, we get Jake Woods promo. He says he gets his pink like pimp jacket back on, and his boys, the Wild Boys, are holding his 2 championships, which confused you at the beginning, and it confused me a little bit as well. But I think it's the MPW Provincial Championship, and then I think it was a belt that he won on the Death Tour recently. Is his other belt?
Oh,
I could be wrong with that. It could be another promotion. Jake Woods, if it's another promotion, please do let us know. But yes, he cuts a promo. He says that no one is ready for Jake Woods, and that no one is going to be able to take this belt from him. He's the greatest MPW provincial champion, all of that stuff. Alex Houston slides into the ring with a steel chair, and he hits Jake Woods in the back of the back.
Home run shot.
And my favorite part of this is he hits Jake Woods. Jake is still holding the mic as he goes down, and he just screams in agony into the mic.
That was actually amazing.
It's so good.
And then he super kicks the other Wild Boys.
Yep, he cleans house. All the other Wild Boys go down and run out. Jake Woods eventually gets pulled out by his friends, his Wild Boys. They go to run off, but Alex Houston just bellows into the mic, "Jake, everyone here is sick of you." That's incorrect. I actually really like him. But apparently everyone is sick of Jake Woods. I can't see it personally, but that's fine. He sets up that next month it will be an MPW Provincial Championship match. Alex Houston versus Jake. I don't know why I said Steak Woods. I think I'm hungry. Alex Houston versus Jake Woods. And he says, "I'm going to put you through hell, Jake. 3 stages of hell."
So I have a feeling, being that it's 3 stages of hell, this might be the main event come April.
That does tend to be what it is with MPW. The big gimmick match is usually the main.
Well, yeah, you're going to be setting up these 3 gimmicks. It's going to be the longest match on the show. Probably should be the main event.
Definitely should be. I agree. And these are my personal 2 favorite people in the promotion. They absolutely deserve to main event the show. 100%. But at that point, we went to intermission. Everything was good. We come back from intermission with an MPW Heavyweight Championship match. It is Davey Disaster, your MPW Heavyweight Champion, taking on one Massive Damage. Massive Damage recently turned face. He turned his back on the Savages, the team that he built up and brought to some form of dominance last year. He did end up turning on them and turning his back on his old team last year. And now they are still a thorn in his side. And now a member of the Savages, Davey Disaster, is taking on Massive Damage.
I would say this match resulted in some mediocre damage.
Yeah.
So not massive damage, but it was some he had some mediocre damage in this match.
Yeah. There's a lot of crowd work at the beginning of this match. A lot of chanting.
I got one more question. Why did the champion come out first?
That's what I'm saying. I think the champion should always come out last.
Yeah, I was very confused by that. Usually the champion comes out second in championship matches. Banger Brigade came out second. Pretty sure Jake came out second.
No, Jake came out first.
Oh, Jake came out first. Again, why did the champion come out first? So
it's unfortunate. I don't see it. I don't see the logic in it myself. The champ should always get the big final entrance.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, there's a lot of crowd work at the beginning of this. Davey does take control with a jaw jacker into a big pump kick. Looked pretty good. Davey misses his big running elbow. Massive comes back firing up with a set of lariats and a big scoop slam for 2. Let's see here. Massive hits this double underhook suplex. He hooks both of his arms and then throws them over. Yeah, double underhook suplex. He sets up, I don't know the name of this big move he was setting up, but I think he was setting up his finisher. But before he can hit it, the Savages run out and distract Massive Damage and the ref, which allows Davey to low blow the man, which I think might be the only thing that did Massive damage.
No, he didn't low blow him. It was an inner thigh shot.
Sorry, he hit him in his inner thigh / breadbasket.
No, just hit him on the inner thigh. There was no. He didn't hit anywhere near the crotch.
Very sensitive inner thigh.
He hit his very sensitive inner thigh, and then he did get the double underhook DDT for the win.
The big double underhook impaler DDT for the 3 to retain the belts. Post match, the Savages come in and they all beat down Massive Damage.
Yeah, go Savages!
Yeah, very good. But the Banger Brigade come out with hockey sticks to save the day.
Well, yay for Bobby Blake, but boo for Blake.
Yeah, yeah. So they come out and
boo for Blake, boo for Blake, boo for Blake.
Yeah. So they come out with hockey sticks to save the day. They run off the Savages. Massive Damage cuts a promo here, asking for Commissioner Quinn, who did make an appearance at the beginning of the show.
Whines and cries because he's a sore loser. So
and
he calls the commissioner to fix it all because he can't do it himself. Minor damage can't get a win, so he's got to call the commissioner. Man.
Yeah. Yeah, so he eventually does whine enough to the commissioner that the commissioner comes out and he says that he's frustrated with the Savages as well, running roughshod over the place. Which they did not. They didn't even really they didn't try and interfere. They just distracted the ref. They didn't do anything wrong. But Quinn does eventually relent and he makes a big 6-man tag for the next show. It'll be the Banger Brigade and Massive Damage taking on the Savages, Davey Disaster, Wrath, and Propayne. It'll be interesting to see where that slots in on the show, but that'll be one of the 2 bigger matches on the next show. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it will be.
Yeah.
I look forward to the Savages destroying, as I called them, Massive Banging.
Massive Banging is a great
I can't wait
name
for the Savages to destroy Massive Banging.
It'll be a fun show, absolutely.
Yeah.
But with that, it is time for the main event of the evening. It is a Lumberjack match for the MPW Women's Championship. It is the champion, Precious Polly, taking on one Mad Moxi. Precious Polly, the champion, also came out first.
Yeah, again, why are champions coming out first? I understand they're heels. And usually heels come out first. But when they're champions, they're supposed to come out second.
So,
or come out last.
One big problem with the Lumberjack step, there was no Larry.
I made that joke.
It was so good.
You stole my dang joke. You stole my dang joke, man.
It was so good. I had to bring it up. But yeah, everyone comes out, and my favorite part about this is that everyone comes out, like most of them come out dressed as lumberjacks. They have the plaid shirt. Tyler Adams came out with like a wife beater, the plaid shirt, and suspenders, drinking a Sprite and rubbing his stomach.
And right in front of us, and then Emma starts making fun of him for drinking a Sprite, and I'm like, whoa, and I literally pulled Tyler. I'm like, Tyler, she's making fun of you for drinking a Sprite. There's nothing wrong with drinking a Sprite. And he's like, yeah, it's good for you when you're sick. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And you make Emma just disparaging one Tyler Adams. That's not cool.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Yeah, so that I have a couple of Lumberjack highlights here that I'm going to run in through before we go into the match. Obviously, everyone wearing plaid like a Lumberjack. Great move. Love that. Tyler Adams spiking his Sprite can at one point when he got angry was my favorite thing that he did. It was hilarious. And then Jake Woods also came out in plaid. But my favorite thing that Jake Woods did is he was still hurting from that attack. He went, got himself a chair, and sat down like the smart man he is. Yep. Very, very good job, Jake Woods.
Genius. Just get
literally
a chair,
the entire roster was out there, which makes sense. It's a Lumberjack match. But everyone was out there. We had all the heels on one side, our side, and all the heels on the opposite side.
All the faces on the other side, yeah.
Sorry, all the faces. I said heels twice. Heels on our side, faces on their side. This match does start off with Polly continuing to attempt to escape, it's been the vibe for the last few months of what she's been doing to run away from Mad Moxi, just trying to run away, not wanting to give her a chance to do anything. By the way, Precious Polly coming out in jean shorts and a plaid shirt is like really confident for her.
She dressed in her best Daisy Duke look, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of like lumberjack bickering and chaos here. Because there will be times where one person, like Polly, goes out here and she runs into her side of the lumberjacks, all the heels, and then the faces come in and attempt to get Polly back into the ring. And there's a lot of arguing, a lot of fighting, but no, it didn't turn into pure chaos at any point, which I'll give the ref. The ref was really good at holding down the lumberjacks at this point. We get Moxie going for a big elbow, but misses it. And Polly takes the moment to hit a big senton for 2.
Oh, okay. So this is where Emma made a comment. That wasn't very precious. So I called it the less than precious senton.
The less than precious senton. There you go. You can have that one, Polly.
A little bit earlier though, there's a great spot from Moxie where she did a cartwheel, just cartwheels over Polly, landing, and then drops an elbow. I really like that.
That was a great elbow for 2. I forgot to mention that. My bad.
Yeah.
Polly goes up top here. And Moxie, I think she hits Polly once to like stun her. And then she does, I don't know what I would even call this. She does the like goes upside down, flips her leg up like she's Chun-Li from Street Fighter, grabs her neck with her legs and hits a big Hurricane Rana.
The Stratisfaction.
It is the Stratisfaction. Okay. Damn.
Yeah. It's the Trish Stratisfaction move. Yeah.
I have lost my Canadian card today, I guess. Damn. Yeah, she hits the Stratisfaction there. That's a really good move.
At least I don't know if it's called Stratisfaction, but it's a Trish Stratus.
It is a Trish Stratus thing.
Yeah, it's the handstand Rana from Trish, anyways.
Yeah, I need to go back to the tapes and watch more Trish Stratus, I guess. Moxie hits some.
Just watch some Blake Monroe. She does it too. Don't worry.
Okay, good. Moxie hits these big corner knees. Like she throws Polly into one corner, hits like a knee, throws her into another corner, hits another knee. This is all punctuated by a beautiful looking fisherman suplex for 2. Polly gets back up and hits an X Factor for another 2. Then we get Polly locking in the sleeper. Tries to knock Moxie out, but Moxie shows some Moxie by keeping her arm up for the count of 3. She gets back up and fights back.
Like she fights up standing with Polly on her back and like
with the backpack position.
Yeah.
Knocks her back into the corner. Hits like this airplane spin into a Hall of Pain.
Like a World's Strongest Slam.
Yeah. I called it a Hall of Airplane.
But yeah, Hall of Pain was technically submission. Or he was the Hall of Pain, but the finisher was the World's Strongest Slam.
Yeah, so he hits like a Hall of a big spinning World's Strongest Slam. She does very good. And then Moxie takes that opportunity after stunning Polly with that, gets her up and hits I believe it's a KOD.
TKO. KOD is what Dean Richter does. TKO is where it's like spin off the shoulders into the cutter as a TKO.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I see why I got that confused.
KOD is the inverted FU.
Inverted FU,
that Dean does.
Yeah, okay, I see. But yeah, no, Moxie gets Polly up on her shoulders, is a big TKO, gets the big 3,
and the Rhea Ripley stack pin.
And yeah, she does do the Rhea Ripley stacked pin. The legs over her head.
The mommy's on top.
The mommy on top pin. She gets the legs over Polly's head pin. The mommy's on top pin for the 3. She finally gets this monkey off of her back, wins the MPW Women's Championship after a long and storied run for this belt.
Yeah.
Very happy with it. Very happy.
Yeah. I'm happy for Moxie. I'm happy she got the win.
I'm happy for her too. I just hope that they have some new blood coming in because no offense, but like just with me, MPW's women's division is incredibly stagnant. They have 3 women in the whole promotion. It is Precious Polly, Mad Moxie, and Vale. That is literally the only women they have. So I'm really hoping that they get some new blood in at some point.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but this was a fun main event. This is the first time in my memory that I've seen a Lumberjack match in person. it was not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be, because every time I think of a lumberjack match in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, they're all going to be around the ring. It's going to be impossible to see anything. They were all very good at that, where they were trying to like stay low on one knee so that everyone could still see the action.
Except Tyler.
Except Tyler. Tyler was very...
He stood up a bunch, and then the camera girl literally came and like stood in our corner. So she was blocking. She was blocking for a while.
Yeah, which unfortunate. But yeah, no, it was a very fun match. The Lumberjacks, they did add to it, I think, in my opinion. Especially some of the people on the heel side being very funny. Like Tyler, when Moxie won, he spiked his Sprite can, like I said. Very fun. Jake, my favorite part is Jake, after the faces come in and are trying to like bicker with the heel Lumberjacks. He gets up, but he's just pushing his chair into the apron so that no one takes his chair from him. It's like, no, it's my chair. I'm going to sit down. It's my chair.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed this main event. I thought it was a really fun main event. The Lumberjack stipulation kind of helped to keep this contained. And Moxie getting the big win here. She looked really good in it. But she's probably looking pretty good in here too. I thought I enjoyed this match. It was a good solid main event. Like, not like superstar spectacular, but I really did enjoy this match. It was good, and I'm happy for Moxie getting the win here, kind of putting the exclamation point on it all, and maybe she moves on to a new feud here in the division.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Phenomenal way to close out the show. And of course, the show closed out. Samantha, the host and ring announcer, was very I got to give ups to the staff, and especially Samantha, with the amount of people they had to corral in and deal with. She was incredibly professional, and she for the most part always had a smile on her face. So big shout outs to MPW Samantha. Really well done.
Yeah.
That's the end of the show. We covered our first MPW show on the Pop Spot. Thoughts?
I had a good time. I had a good time. It was a good night. Some really good professional wrestling. There was some bad professional wrestling. There was two specifically bad matches in the opener and the provincial title match. And I expect very different from Jake Woods next time. I don't expect him to be in a bad match next time, especially going with Alex Houston. And I don't know. It just, that match was just, they didn't gel. There was no cohesion between the two in this match, and it was just very awkward, very like, God. And I don't want to hate on, I don't hate on either person's actual in-ring ability. I think you can see that Thunderbear is still very green, but Jake Woods is just doing his best in there, and it just, there was no cohesion, and it just made for, to me personally, a bad match. I know not everybody thinks that way. Yeah, but to me, it was a bad match. But that's my feelings, and I'm hoping next month that both Thunderbear and Jake Woods can turn around for me how they're feeling in their respective matches. I know Jake will. But yeah, I'm hoping Thunderbear. I'm hoping because I don't want to actively hate on people for the pressure. I didn't like the first match, but it was more just I didn't like the gimmicks. I didn't care for any of them in the ring, really, outside of Hammerhead. He was the only one I really liked in the ring. But again, that's personal feelings. I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to say anybody sucks. I'm not going to say anybody sucks. I'm not going to say anything like that. Except for massive damage. I don't like massive damage. Minor damage. No, but again, he doesn't suck. He's a very good professional wrestler. But
yeah,
I don't want to say any of them suck. They're all doing something that I can't do, and I respect them all for getting in there and doing it. I just specifically didn't care for those matches because I didn't care for the gimmicks, didn't care for the styles, but I enjoyed the show overall. I enjoyed MPW overall.
Good, I'm glad.
But my match of the night is going to Alex Houston and the Mighty KC, and I'm pretty sure my boy right here is going with me.
Yeah, I have to agree. Alex Houston and Mighty KC, by a country mile, had the best match on this card. You can tell they have pretty decent chemistry.
Very good chemistry here.
Very good chemistry with each other. KC was really good, as Andre said, as the big man, the base of this match, and Alex Houston was the big, the big guy on campus. It's the one that everyone was like rooting for. Definitely like the You said there were 3 explosions, and I think 2 of them involved Alex Houston. There was one in this match when he won, and then one when he came out to hit the chair on Jake Woods.
So
what was the third one? You never brought it up.
The 3 biggest moments in this show. Alex's win against Mighty KC, this crowd went nuts. Him attacking Jake Woods. Dude, I was like, oh my God, just the amount of crazy going around in me. I was like, wow. And then Mad Moxi winning the title. The crowd exploded at that same level. Those were the 3 big, giant moments where this crowd was just so overwhelmingly going crazy for these people. And I respect it 100%. Let's go. Like, legitimately, after tonight, I really feel the people, this company, at least from crowd reactions, that this company should be pushing to the top are Alex Houston and Mad Moxi should be your top 2 people in this company who lead this company into the future. I truly think so. Again, those are the 2 that of these crowds got the best reactions of anybody. And I feel like on the bad guy side, the Wild Boys and Jake Woods and the Wild Boys and his Wild Boys, absolutely tremendous team. And I think could be a great heel unit for this company.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Very, very good way to set the tone for us on the pop spot. Alex Houston and Mighty KC with our match of the night, as we said. Very, very, very phenomenal show. And cannot wait to see their next show next month.
Yeah, and I again, as long as scheduling permits, that's why I couldn't go in at the start of January and the end of January show, just scheduling stuff for this at the start of January. It's my mother's birthday at the end of January. And we got out for this one. And I want to make it a regular occurrence if my schedule works. I want to be going to MPW shows because I had a good time. It was fun. For the price we paid, we got a good night of professional wrestling. I had fun. Saw some people that I haven't seen in a while there. And some of the couple fans that we haven't seen in a while because I haven't been to certain shows that I've been to a certain show in a while. Yep. So again, it was just nice to see people kind of get a different feel of professional wrestling, and I had a good time. I had some questionable moments going, what the hell am I looking at? And throughout the show, but I was like, overall, I enjoyed everything. It was a good time. And yeah, I kind of want to make this a regular occurrence of MPW. So
we might have to do that too.
We might have to have start figuring out our MPW categories for the end of the for end.
We just might. We just might.
We just might. So far, I already know who's my superstar of the year from MPW.
It's pretty obvious at this point, but we have a sampling of one show, so we have there's room for improvement.
Always. And again, I hope for everybody to keep getting better and better in there. Just
absolutely.
I was questioning a lot of things after watching that show, but we'll see. I'm down for more wrestling. I'm down for more MPW, and we're gonna be back.
Good.
So
good. Yeah. That is the end of the show, but before we get out of here, we need to do a couple things.
AWS, where can they find you, my bro?
Yeah, you can find me on the Blue Sky at awscomedy.bluesky.social. You can find me on the Instagrams at awscomedyeg. And if you want to watch me, my buddy Andreas, that lovable goofball, and my best friend Malcolm, shout out and shoot the shit about Power Rangers, you can watch the Morphomania podcast on youtube.com/@humanoidfreak2515.
Season 2 coming soon.
Season 2 is coming soon. The edit is almost done. It should be coming out sometime in the next week after this episode airs. This episode should be airing on Sunday.
Go Power Rangers, even though it's kamikaze, but it's based on Power Rangers. It is based on Power Rangers.
The episode should be coming out on Sunday, right?
Yeah, our show is coming. This show is, as we're watching, it came out on Sunday, March 8th.
Okay, great. Yeah, so it should be coming out sometime this week, as long as plans don't go wrong. And that'll be the last episode in the can, so we can finally start recording new episodes and start seeing more of Lord Zed, and possibly seeing more of this guy.
Hearing more of me, yeah.
And I want to give a quick shout out to the Grindstone Theater, as I always do. My favorite place in Edmonton. It is a subsidized theater space for new and emerging artists. Some phenomenal shows that go on there every month. My big shout out for a show this week is going to be Jared Leader's Mic Check show. It'll be tonight as this airs. It'll be Sunday night at 7 p.m. Tickets are about $16 on Eventbrite, and I think it's Eventbrite. Yeah, no, it's on Show Pass. Sorry, $16 on Show Pass, but I believe tickets are going to be around $10-15 if you can get them at the door. It's a great show featuring a gimmick of two comics being on stage at one time, both with a microphone, building jokes and crowd work and other things off of each other, and just riffing. It's basically just a riff show. They'd had a phenomenal first show on Wednesday, featuring some of my favorite people in the scene: Jared Leader, Sam Bain, Beth Brooks, Brooke Rose, some phenomenal people that I'm very much friends with. And Jared's just such a cool guy, so I have to promote his show. Go ahead and check it out if you can. It's going down tonight at 7 p.m. at the Grindstone Theater on 100th Ave and 81st Street. No, it's 100th Street, 81st Ave. I got those backwards. Sorry. 100th Street, 81st Ave. Go check it out if you can. I certainly am hoping I can check it out if my schedule permits. But that's enough out of me. Andre C., where can they find you, my friend?
You can find me in X and Blue Sky at That Canada Guy, Instagram and Threads at That Canada Dude. You can find me over on our local establishment where you can find me doing Point of View every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find myself and Bobby Munson, and occasionally when he wants to show up, our boy old Ed, as we chat all the world in sports. Tonight, or as we record this Saturday, I'll be watching the first F1 races for me tonight at 11 p.m. I cannot wait. So I'll be talking all about that race. So more on POV that's going live the same day this show comes out. So please go check that out if you can. You can check it out in the archives on YouTube for OLE there. So check that out. And then Marvel Talk is returning. We're coming back. We are going to be going every Thursday night, right before our boys at Ring Respect Radio. So we're gonna be on at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, going for our Marvel Talk recaps of Daredevil Born Again Season 2. But I will be missing the first episode because our first review episode is the same day me and my boy AWS are going to be at Mystery Wrestling. So I will be missing the first episode. That is going to be on Thursday, March 26th, with Old Ed and the host of the show, Peggy. So go check that out. And then I will be back for the following 3 weeks. Yeah, the following 3 weeks I'll be on. And then I'll be missing the April 23rd show because I will be working at the Clandestine Wrestling show as the ring announcer. So I will be missing those two episodes, but I will be there for the rest of them. So please go check that out over on our local establishment. And one more shout out right here. Backbreaker Media. We love Backbreaker Media because they support us and we support them. And if you want to check out some great stuff, go check out all the great wrestling content in the archives. I highly recommend Michael Richard Blaze versus the current Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling Women's Champion, Giselle Shaw, from like 2017. I want to say RCW event in like 2017 in Drayton Valley. Absolutely tremendous match. You can see yours truly as the ring announcer for that match, and our boy Mike the Ref calling that match throughout. You can check that over at youtube.com/@backbreakervideo. But you want to see Michael live, go to twitch.tv/Mike the Ref for all his great gaming, lots of great AEW watch-alongs, and he has great gaming content over there. Check it out. We have a couple more weeks of Backbreaker Pro Wrestling featuring the Pop Swap Monsters. Myself and AWS are part of that. And before we take a hiatus for a couple weeks, so we can get all of 2K26 set up for the next season of Backbreaker Pro Wrestling. But yeah, we got a couple. He has a show this Wednesday, and then this coming Saturday, they'll be doing the PLE Arrival featuring myself in the semifinals. Myself, Andre C, in the semifinals for the Backbreaker Pro Wrestling Championship, where I will crush Ophelia Payne and then go on to destroy.
Let's go.
Just to win the championship in the finals.
So kick Koju's ass. You can kick Peggy's ass too.
Yeah. Don't say it like that, please. It's my character, Andre C, versus Ophelia Payne.
Ophelia Payne. Forgive me. You can kick Ophelia's ass.
Ophelia's video game ass, and yeah. So check that out over on Backbreaker Video. You can see the replays on Backbreaker Gaming every Monday. So check all of that out. We really do appreciate all you guys supporting all the great content we do here. And if you want to support the wrestling that we go to, and this specific show, go to Monster Pro Wrestling on Facebook or MPW Wrestling on Instagram to find out tickets and information for the next show, which will be April 2nd.
April 3rd.
April 3rd, where myself and AWS should be in attendance for that show.
Can I get a pop for that?
Pop, pop. Sorry.
Pop.
Sorry. Pop, pop.
Pop, pop. That brings us to the end of our first MPW show for the Pop Spot. I have been AWS. This has been my friend Andre C. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe to Backbreaker Video, because you know your boys at the Pop Spot, and our boy Mike deserves it. And until next time, stay poppin'. Bye-bye.